grinder mentality. I grind for the feeling. I'm a real ass nigga. These niggas, they counterfeit it. Staying true to my religion, they thinking that I'm a Christian. Mama thinking I'm a villain, but I'm expressing my feelings.
Yo, welcome back to the Rich Mentality Podcast. Hey, what's good, y'all, man? Glad to have y'all in. Appreciate y'all tuning in for sure. What's been the move, man? And also, like we always do, drop in them comments. Let me know what's going on. Drop in the comments if y'all got any new, books, courses, anything that can help somebody get some money, man. Drop that in the comments right now. Good news, man. Definitely got some great news. So I did start the TikTok, for my personal page as well. And I also started the TikTok for the Rich Mentality Podcast. So, both podcasts. So for instance, the Rich Mentality Podcast is up under at Rich Mentality Podcast for our TikTok, and also my personal page is The Real Reno, right? Man, I just started that page, and glory be to God, man. Glory be to God, man. Glory be to God. You know what I'm saying? Glory be to God, man. I in 21 days I had got the page up to 10K. Just in 21 days, utilizing the tactics. So be ready for the book, right? That's coming out. That's going to be it's either going to be how to grow your social media following or 7 steps to grow your social media following. I don't know, man. I just want to, package it the right way, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to rush it, but it's on the way, man, because I utilize these tactics just by studying, just by looking at the game, man, just looking at social media, watching certain things, and I took, game from a lot of people, and I'm not going to say took, but, I studied game from a lot of people, and I utilized it for my own way, right? Like, I didn't just reinvent the wheel, or I'm not just gonna take the credit and be like, yeah, I did this. Like, nah, it's really not reinvent. Really, to become successful, man, just study a blueprint. And that's with anything. Like, that's with anything. To become successful, you have to study a blueprint. Actually choose an avenue, study that blueprint, and implement it. That's it. And just work your butt off. That's it. All you got to do is do that. You know what I'm saying? So with that, particular thing, man, I actually just studied the game. You know what I'm saying? I studied this, social media. And I've been studying social media for a minute. Man, and I realized, some things that I definitely want to speak about in this podcast. But what I'm saying is that now, we finally at 15K for my personal page, The Real Reno, man. We've been doing, crazy numbers on that page, man, crazy numbers. And like I said, glory be to God, man, glory be to God. So, but with that being said, man, like I said, make sure y'all drop in the comments. Let me know what's good. As y'all see, man, y'all know what's good. It's nothing but good energy. Appreciate everybody turned in. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And we just finna go up, man. We all got that rich mentality. This is the hub of wealthy minds. You dig? So with that being said, man, today's topic is probability versus possibility. Let me say that one more time. Probability versus possibility. So what do you mean, Reno? Well, probability is something that can be measured. We don't know what it is. We don't know when it is, but it can be measured versus possibility. Possibility is something that, it can't be measured, right? So for instance, with probability, right? If you just bought a house and they say, look, hey, Mr. Johnny, right? Mr. Johnny, you have a house out here in the woods. The wiring needs to be fixed. In 5 years, you may have to take care of that wiring, right? So, possibility. They say, okay, cool. Hey, Mr. Johnny, you have a house out here in the woods. At some point in time, you may need to get that wiring taken care of. So what's the difference? Well, probability is measured. Possibility is not. So with that being said, y'all gonna see where I'm going with it, man. Stay with me. Y'all gonna see where I'm going with it. What I'm saying is that when you have probability and possibility, one is being able to utilize the ability to measure something. Possibility, it's not measured. You just out here willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so check it out. All right. When you have probability, when you utilize probability for social media, guess what? Now you're able to actually hit a goal. You're able to actually, get somewhere. You're able to hit a target because you're measuring it, right? So that's why a lot of successful people say take calculated risk. Take calculated risk. People don't understand that. They underestimate that phrase a lot. But take calculated risk. People are like, oh yeah, I just gotta take a risk. I gotta take the leap of faith. Yes, you have to. of course, believe in God, but at the same time, take a calculated risk. And by that way, you minimize all other, possibilities, negative things that can happen, or whatever the case is, or even just failures, period, mistakes. Take a calculated risk. So with that being said, when it comes to social media, you want to utilize, probability instead of possibility, right? Probability versus possibility. And, some of the things I want to speak about, in regards to social media growth is the benefits, the influence, and the tactics, that has something to do with social media. So that has everything to do with social media growth. So benefits, influence, and tactics, right? So number one, man, let's just go ahead and get directly into it. The benefits of social media is impeccable. We're in a whole nother time right now. We're in the time to where you can make money from your phone, right? Just with the click of a button. You can make money from your phone. You can reach people from T.I. to Obama. You can reach people from T.I. to Obama, right? You can network and meet some of the people that you dreamed of meeting just through this particular app. So understand that once you build your social media platform, one of the benefits is being able to sell your products and service with no problem. Sell your products and service with no problem. People don't understand that. Do you know that in the real world, you have to pull teeth? Now, again, of course, with perseverance, with persistence, with consistency, you can always, do anything, whether it's in the metaverse, the digital world, social media, however you want to call it, or whether you're in the physical world. But what I'm saying is that to get anyone to buy your product or service, period, you have to almost pull teeth. But when you build your social media platform, now you got people who believe in what you're doing. Now you got people who believe in the things that you say. They believe in you. So guess what coming with that belief? They come with, okay, I'll buy your shirt. Oh, I'll buy your book. Oh, I'll listen to your podcast, right? Because they believe in what you're saying. When someone click that follow button, they're pretty much saying that, hey, I'm willing to listen to whatever you say. It doesn't mean that, you're my God or you're my ruler or I worship you, but I believe in you. And once you get someone to believe in you, right, they're willing to buy, your product. They're willing to take a chance with buying your product or take a chance with utilizing your service because you become an honorable person, and it's all dependent on your character. But what I'm saying is that growing your social media following, it allows you to enjoy the benefits of that, right? It's not all about the followers. People all day, it's just about the followers. I got this amount of followers. Don't get me wrong. Yes, the followers matter to a certain degree. It matters at a certain time. It matters, and that's something that I'm definitely gonna speak on so y'all can really understand what I'm saying. But understand the benefits, right? Of course, like I said, networking, law of attraction is real. Do you understand that when you on this social media platform, just like how it works in the real world, right? Exactly how it works in the real world. If you hang around, 10 drug dealers, I guarantee you will become the 11th one. Or if not, you'll be doing something or associating yourself in some activities that they do. You probably don't even, do exactly what they do, but you're associating yourself with the activities, which means you are an accessory, which means that it's even worse, right? So if you put yourself around 10 successful men or 10 successful women or 10 successful millionaires, guess what? You just might become the 11th one. Law of attraction is real. So check this out. So whenever you utilize that same tactic in the digital world, right, or on social media, you're able to put yourself in position to attract those opportunities. You can attract those type of people. You can attract whatever you're trying to do. If you're a cosmetologist, just guess what? A celebrity may need their hair did. Now your page done blew up. Your page done blew up because now they see your potential. They see what you can do. They see that you got greatness inside you. And guess what? Since you just posted that one video, now you the hairstylist for K Michelle. Now you the hairstylist for Janae Aiko. Whoever the case is, you the new thing. And that's what I'm saying, right? Law of attraction, the networking abilities is amazing when it comes to social media. When it comes to social media growth and building your platform and reaching out to the right people, you got to really understand that. So, okay, check this out. Now, everybody know that on social media, and some people may not know, but On social media, you can make money just by the click of a button. You can make money just from your phone, looking at your phone. You can make money just by posting content. Digital content creators, they exist. They're here every day. They exist everywhere we go. Digital content creators. You want to not only create content but document your process. And I spoke about that, on some episodes back here, but just elaborating on that. Creating content and documenting your process is very similar, right? But when you create your content, you're actually, taking up time of your day to give new content to new people, and you're creating it. This is coming from scratch. When you document your process, you're showing the process. You're showing what you're going through. You're showing people, maybe it's in a professional way or whatever the case is. Sometimes people can't afford to have that new camera or that new microphone, but still document your process. And I like to say that documenting your process and content creation, it kind of coincides. Because one, you're showing the process, you're showing the foundation, and the other one is like, look, I created this. But guess what? To create, or to document, you have to create, right? And it goes back and forth. But with that being said, you can make money from your phone just by creating content and documenting your process, right? So those are the benefits of social media growth, right? And now let's speak about the influence. Just the influence. Now here's the thing. You got negative and positive in anything. That's the laws of polarity, right? So in social media, of course, you're going to have the negative people. You may have people who are manipulators. You may have people, who are liars. You may have people who have a social media following, but all they do is post BS. That's it. They don't post nothing else positive. They don't post nothing. They just posting nothing but straight BS. And they got 5 million followers. It happens every day. I see it all the time. And they're not utilizing their influence the right way. But guess what? If you got some good influence, or if you got influence and you utilizing it for good, guess what? Now you putting yourself in a position to attract those positive, opportunities. You attracting positive opportunities, and you're utilizing your influence. Do you know how many kids are looking up to people who got influence, like DDG? You know what I'm saying? They looking up to Drake. They looking up to De'Ara Ken. They looking up to, just period. It's not just only about becoming that rapper. You can be a YouTuber and make millions just by documenting, creating your content. Like documenting your process, creating your content. Doing all these different things, and now people know who you are, and you have influence. Rap is not the only way to have influence. You can have influence by being an author. You can have influence by being a cosmetologist. You can have influence by being a speaker. You can have influence by being a teacher. Influence is not always something that glistens and glows. Influence is influence. It's having the ability to impact someone, to move a room, to move a person, to get somebody to do what you want or need them to do. And when you're utilizing that correctly, which means in a positive way, then you're a powerful person. And you can change the world, or at least impact the world, right? Not only that, so you can impact the community, but you can build a community. So not only impact the world or impact the community, but you can build a community, which means as you grow your following, you start, because everybody's page start from zero. Everybody page start from zero. I don't care what you say, unless you done bought somebody's page or you done did something. Everybody page start from zero. So with that being said, okay, you start your page from zero, and now you growing it. So now you got you 100. Okay, oh man, I done got me 100 followers. Now I'm going to 500. Now you done got to 1,000. So on and so on. Next thing you know, you at 20,000. So on and so on. Now you at 100,000. You building a community. You're building a community around the things that you do and like. It's a million people. Like, okay, so if you got so many, if you got, for each genre, it's a million people. I'm gonna just put it like that. If somebody going through mom problems, it's a million people going through that same thing. If somebody going through dad problems, it's somebody going through that same thing. If somebody like books, it's a million people who like that same thing. So what I'm saying is, it's a million people for each topic, for each genre, for each aspect in life, whatever the case is. It's over 7 billion people in the world. So with that being said, you can build your community. The list goes on. You can continuously build your community and allow it to get big as you want it with consistency, right? So, okay, the next thing, as you build your community, and I kind of touched on this already, but I just want to re-implement it just to let you know. You want to influence the people to do the right thing. That's it. So now people don't understand, and this is where probability and possibility come in. You have to understand, utilizing probability, it allows you to take calculated risks. It minimizes, the mistakes and the failures. It minimizes it, right? So with the tactics, and here's the thing, man. Y'all get it firsthand. Like, this the hub of Wealthy Minds. Everybody tuned in got a rich mentality. This is the hub of Wealthy Minds. Everybody got a rich mentality. So with that being said, y'all my family. Y'all my family. So I'm gonna give y'all this game. I'm gonna give it to y'all. Right? I'm gonna give it to y'all. So the tactics that I utilize to grow my page from 0 followers to 10K in 21 days. Now, mind you, of course, like 4 or 5 days passed. No, about 3 days passed after that, and now I'm at 15K. Period. It didn't take 2 months. It didn't take 3. I did this in less than a month. Utilizing these tactics, and I want to go ahead and give it to y'all. Right. So number 1, make sure that you optimize your page. Right. You want to optimize your page. Make sure you got it. Start from having a clean profile picture. That's it. It just start from having a clean profile picture. Next, you want to have a nice bio. It can be, maybe 2 sentences, but for me, I utilize 1 sentence. And what mine says, I inspire you to keep a rich mentality. 1 thing. That's it. When you go to McDonald's, you going there for a double cheeseburger, right? When you go to Burger King, you going there for a Whopper. When you going to KFC, you going there for some chicken. You going there for 1 thing. You going there for 1 thing. So when people go to your page, what are they going there for? Right? And what people go wrong at is that they got cooking on there, they got their food on. They got the food, they got their fitness. You got so many different things on there. But when people go to your page, what are they gonna see? And that should be listed in your bio, right? Okay, cool. So I gave y'all those 2, right? All right. So number 3, once you do all that, and honestly, it can go hand in hand, but make sure that it's a business account. Make sure that it's a business account. So the reason why you want to have it as a business account, so you can make money from your account, right? You want to make money from your account. Now, I know that you may be thinking, oh, what platform should we use? We're going to get to that. We're going to get to all that. But I just want y'all to stay with me, right? So number 1, a nice clean profile picture. Number 2, you want to have a nice, just straight to the point bio, All right. So number 3, man, you got to understand, what is your niche? What is your niche? That's half of the battle right there. What is your niche? Once you figure out what your niche is, you 50%. You 50% deep in. So figure out what your niche. So is it going to be cosmetology? Is it going to be motivational speaking? Is it going to be just straight only just books, an author page? Is it going to be just music? Is it going to be cartoons? What is your page? What is your niche? Once you figure out your niche, what is your audience? Right? So I know you're probably like, oh, well, if I find my niche, I find my audience. Not necessarily. So for instance, you got Joel Osteen, you got TD Jakes, right? And you may have Les Brown. So Joel Osteen, he may automatically connect with all the white people just because he's white. Let's just speak facts. So TD Jakes, he may automatically speak to the older generation, right? He may just speak to the older generation, the black generation, right? Only black. And Les Brown, and this is all hypothetical. And let's just say hypothetically, Les Brown connects with the younger crowd, right? And again, this is all hypothetical. And matter of fact, we're not gonna use Les Brown. Let's use Trent Shelton. Right? So Trent Shelton may connect with the younger crowd. Okay, cool. So now you got people who really talking about the same thing, but they got different audiences, right? They got different audiences. So although they talking about the same thing, they have a different audience. So who is your audience? So look, you got KFC, sell chicken. You got Popeyes, they sell chicken. You got churches, they sell chicken. All of them sell chicken. But see, the problem is, or should I say, what happens is they know who's their audience. They know. And the problem is with yourself, you don't know who your audience is. So you're selling chicken, but you don't know who to give the chicken to. right? You don't know who to get the chicken to. So you have to understand who is my audience, what is my niche, and who is my audience, right? So once you figure out your audience, you got to be consistent. You got to stay consistent. Now, for me, what I utilized for me was my process was I did 3 videos per day. Period. I did 3 videos per day. I still do three videos per day. That's what I do. 3 videos per day. And it wasn't to say I just wanted to just flood the timeline, but number one, for me, the reason why I did 3 videos per day is because number one, I knew what my niche was. I knew who my audience was. And I said, you know what? I can maximize, my opportunities, or I can maximize my probability of going viral if I post 3 videos per day. You know what I'm saying? Out of three videos per day, man, something gonna go viral, especially if you believe in yourself and you got good content. Period. That just is. It just is what it is. So that's what it was for me. I knew exactly what I was gonna do. I knew exactly what I wanted. So okay, cool. Now, once you implement that consistency, you just gotta keep going. Keep going. Now, what happens is you run into this algorithm problem. And see, people, this is where the probability and possibility come in. People don't understand that really success in all genres, whether you're doing real estate, whether you're becoming an author, a speaker, a football player, basketball player, a rapper, whatever you're doing, it all revolves around the same thing: niche, audience, consistency. And what happens is, for social media, you run into this algorithm thing. So let me describe what the algorithm is. So this algorithm is the thing that it promotes you. It's automatically built in. It's built into all social media platforms. Now, so the algorithm, let's just use smaller numbers, right? Because we all coming up, and let's say you got 100 followers. We're gonna use smaller numbers, right? Let's say you got 100 followers, and the algorithm automatically shows it to 10%. It automatically, and this is hypothetical, but it automatically shows it to 10% of your followers. Okay, cool. So that's like 10 people. All right. So if people engage with that, what does engage mean, Reno? Like, comment, share. What does engagement mean, Reno? Like, comment, share. Okay, cool. So you got people liking, commenting, and sharing. They're engaging with your content. The algorithm is like, okay, they like this. Let's show it to 20. Let's show it to 20% more. Okay, wow. All right, now instead of only that 10% at the 20%, now you got 30% of your 100 followers, which is 30 people watching your content. So they're like, okay, cool. Let's show it to more people. Let's show it to 20 more percent. Right, so now you got the 30% plus this other 20%, which is 50%. They showing it to the algorithm, and so on and so on and so on. So now, if more people engage with your content, the algorithm has no choice. It's no different from a DJ who has to play a hot song. This song done blew up. He probably done got into an argument with the rapper. He done got into an argument with the artist. But the thing is that as he listening to what's going on the radio, he like, hey man, forget all the problems. I got a job to do, and hey look, I got to play this record. And that's the same thing, with the algorithm. If people like your content, it has no choice but to show it to the people. But people don't realize that, and that's when I knew that I had figured out and I mastered social media. That's when I knew. I said, hold on. So I got to figure out my niche. I got to figure out who my audience is. I got to put consistency in that. And then once people engage, the little people who are engaging, then that's when the algorithm, shows more, because it's built into it. That's how it is. The algorithm rewards you or award you for good content. That's how the algorithm works, right? And people don't realize that, man. And that's why I say probability over possibility. Probability over possibility. You can minimize your failures, your mistakes, and etc. if you understand that all you have to do is utilize probability. Measure whatever you're doing. Take calculated risk, but measure. And that's how I succeeded, with my platform, and it's still growing, right? And so, okay, cool. Now I understand. You want to know what platform did I use? So for me, I utilize TikTok, right? I utilize TikTok, and The reason why is because the algorithm is wide open on TikTok. It's a new platform. Think about it. When Vine was going up, guess what? After Vine, people were going viral left and right because of Vine. Guess what? Vine it was a new platform that came along, Instagram, right? And Instagram algorithm was wide open. People had started going viral. You got people like Drewski who was going viral, on and etc. There's more people. I think Just Hilarious. I mean, a lot of people who was going viral on Instagram. Now, guess what? The algorithm on Instagram is it's so hard, man. It's extremely hard to break through. It's extremely hard. So what you have to do is you have to go to the platform that's new. Not too many people is on it like that, and it's wide open. And right now, in today's time, it's TikTok. So I'm letting y'all know. Y'all heard it here first. TikTok. Y'all create y'all a TikTok, man, and build y'all following. Build y'all following, man, because they gonna follow y'all anyway. They gonna follow y'all to Facebook. They gonna follow y'all to Instagram. They gonna follow y'all to YouTube. But you gotta first get in that algorithm so people can know who y'all are, so people can understand exactly what y'all got to offer. But until then, if you thinking that you just gonna post and one day you just gonna go viral, I'm telling you, my guy, the chances of that happening is not. I'm telling you, is slim to none. I'm telling you. I've done it already. I've already done it. So I'm giving y'all the expertise that I've learned just from doing this. You have to really understand, the tactics of blowing up on social media, right? And and like I said, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Now, the ones that are hard, like I said, just to reiterate, is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Those algorithms, they've been busted through already. They done been busted through already. It's like a chick who done got, bust so many times, what I'm saying, to where she like, I know what this leads to. I don't, what I'm saying? Like you can't have the same, like with those algorithms. It's just very difficult. So that's why TikTok is the new kid on the block. It's the new chick on the block. She gonna let you slide through. What I'm saying? But first you gotta understand your niche, your audience, stay consistent, and that algorithm gonna open up to you. You got to get inside the algorithm, baby. So, that's something I want to let y'all know, man. And speaking of Twitter, Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion, man. That boy balling. Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion, man. He balling for sure, man. But that's something I just want to let y'all know, man. Probability versus possibility, and understand that probability and possibility it goes to anything. It's for anything. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely for anything, and you have to really understand that. So I want y'all to understand, whenever you're utilizing probability and possibility, just realize probability is way better than possibility, man. You're hoping. Possibility, you're hoping that you become successful. You're hoping. And don't get me wrong, you need faith. You need faith, because faith is the substance of things hoped for. Don't get me wrong, I get it. But at the same time, you want to utilize that calculated risk. You want to understand, okay, cool. All right, I can step out here on faith, but let me calculate that risk. Let me calculate that risk, and it'll make your job a whole lot easier in whatever you're doing. This is whatever you're doing, man. But anybody who be tuning into my podcast, y'all know that I have a segment on here, and it's entitled "One Way to Make $1 Million," man. So we're gonna get directly into it, man. One way to make $1 million is to start a podcast and monetize it, right? So start a podcast and monetize it. People don't understand that with a podcast, that's gonna be and don't get me wrong, I won't take no credit away from anyone, because David Shands, I gotta shout out to David Shands, man. He said it. This is gonna be the voice of the future. Now this is what I will say. This is something that I've been knowing, but to y'all who don't know, man, start you a podcast. Number one, you can make you $1 million. You can monetize it. At minimum, you can make a 6-figure business from this. But it's the voices of the future. It's a voice. This is how you give yourself a voice. This is how you give yourself power. This is power. People come to your platform to see you, to hear you speak. They come to see you speak, talk your shit, Right, that's what they come here to see. They want to hear your perspective, and your perspective matters. So, like I said, you can make that podcast and monetize it, and you can make you $1 million, right? And people like David Shands has been very successful. People, Earn Your Leisure, man. Those guys, Inside the Vault, like Ash Cash and them, man. I'm telling you, start you a podcast, create you a voice, monetize that podcast, and get rich. That's it, man. Just get rich, man. It's all about keeping that rich mentality, and people don't understand that. And that's why with this podcast, if you listening in, man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I want y'all to be successful. I want every single person to make $1 million. I want every single person to get up and make something out of themselves, man. I want people to make I want you to make somebody out of yourself, man. Don't start with where you are, with what you have. Right, to get to where you're trying to go. And I always remember this, man. You don't got to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. Right, you don't got to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great, man. And that's the message of today, man. But understand, probability over possibility. Right, measure whatever you're trying to do, and so you can take that calculated risk versus going out here willy-nilly, just possibility. You just hoping that it happen. You hoping that it happen, and this is why a lot of people fail. And don't get it twisted. A lot of people don't get anybody that's chasing success or ambitious, for success. You're going to fail. That just is what it is. But you can minimize that a lot more if you just take those calculated risks and utilize probability, man. That's my whole spiel. That's what it is, man. And one thing I want to say, leave off, man. I want to know, man, do y'all want me to start bringing in some guests, man? We can, I think, that maybe it's time to bring some guests in, man. Y'all got to let me know what's good. It may be time to expand, because not only do I want to speak about, my expertises and the things that I got, that I know, and my successes, but I also want to bring other people in so they can give y'all their perspective of rich mentality, man. But, right now, that's just something that's just going up in the air. We still building this family, man. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Make sure that y'all check out these books: Fairly Unequal, Rich Mentality, Traumatized by Love, 8 Steps to Self-Publishing a Successful Book. And make sure y'all tune in and check out their clothing line, richmentalityattire.com. Hey, I'm out, man. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.